Good morning, Shuprabhat, Shashikal, everything, and greetings of the day. Uh, Many of you might be thinking what this guy is doing since last 3 days and observing. It was good that giving a talk in the last day and listening lectures from very senior persons, many brigadiers and generals. My topic is really completely a different topic, and it is a lifeline nowadays. If I'll ask one questions, can anyone spend a day without your cell phone? No. So everything and geospatial is one of the very important thing which is came across since last 2.5 decade. It has the definition of its accuracy is been accurately defined now. I mean, if I'll give an example, I keep on giving. I mean, 2.5 decade back when we were studying, if you were asking somewhere where you are staying, they were saying that village next to that, next to that. That is called special accuracy, that point of time. Then after it came, where you are staying? Okay, next gully. So that is then 20-meter accuracy has came up. Then we started asking, okay, this is just left to you, next to you. Then it's come into some feet of meters of accuracy. Then after you are asking, oh no, it's next to it. That's how the accuracy, spatial accuracy, the more of better spatial accuracy, the better will be the engineering. The reason behind I'm saying this, engineering is best applicable when your geospatial, I mean your spatial accuracy is better. So the topic of mine was into telecom engineering services, and when we talk about telecom engineering and especially of engineering, the first things comes. That's how the engineering is different than traditional labor work. When we talk about telecom, the first thing is comes as safety. We do precise engineering only to safeguard our mankind's human resource and everybody. The work should be in safer way. So safety is very important, for which engineering is needed nicely. Earlier the men were manually doing lot of engineering. So contactless or remotely doing the engineering is one of the important things. So UAVs, drones, LiDAR, all these things is one of the important thing for safely executing and safely doing the engineering and safely doing the planning work. Before doing your engineering, you have to do a plan, then executions. So all of that, when you have an accurate geospatial input with you, you can prepare a proper plans to execute it. So along with, so drone helps us for safely doing a route work surveying before doing execution of the rollouts of the fibers or placement of the conduits or placement of the tower cells. You have to survey it properly. Safely it should be engineered. I mean, it should not be risk, because you might be seeing a lot of the cell towers are very remote places, inside some islands, in valleys, in top places where people can't visit, or the field surveying person when they goes also is not accessible for them. So safety is important concerns when we are doing engineering, on which drone plays an important role. I will go through four of the different areas of telecom. In that time, each one of that I will elaborate. Next is the quality of the work. Which of the methods and the process in geospatial data acquisitions help us to better quality, and why drone and LiDAR and all of these UAVs comes into role, that also will cover. Another important thing of the engineering is the timely completion of an work, how quickly we can do, and the time is very important. And the lastly is the cost. That is why the engineering is very important. Then the next is, we'll cover three, four. There are three important parameters in telecommunication engineering. One is, we all are using the cell phone. It's called as cell towers. Okay, I will cover that. The other one is called OSP, outside plant engineering, how their drone works and what is needed and what's upcoming rules and regulations are coming. Large projects are going to execute on it. And the next to that is, we have an ISP, I mean inside infra, how drone works to do a proper engineering. If we'll talk about the cell site planning, okay, you all know cell towers, we are having different towers. How it works? It works with a concept that we are getting, fibers are getting connected to a cell tower, and from there we are having microwave that's connecting to towers, okay. So all these cell towers maintenance is one of the typical tasks. If you go into any of the snow covered area or at high altitude places, it's difficult to go to the engineers to climb up to over there and inspect it. While doing the construction, earlier days we were doing all the as-builts manually, doing engineering, and we are doing the constructions. Once construction done, it goes to handover is to the O&M. When O&M takes care, it's very difficult to inspect in three different aspects. What is that three? One is how whether the civil infrastructure of the tower is okay or not. That's the first. Any knot bolt is there. Is that so? Earlier days it was in manually or binocular were used to inspect whether the things are properly fit and placed or not, or civil infra is correct or not. So after the drone has came up, the surveillance of that become videography. Through videography, zoom in very clearly we are able to see, and there is a pictorial proof with us to analyze and reanalyze n number of times. When you go manually, only one person he will inspect and he will write his inspection report in a sheet, okay, pole inspection sheet, and he was handing over, on which it was not clear to understand. But when in videography we are getting, the inspection is very clear. Second thing, Second thing is that because it is an electronic equipment, and most of you are observing now that a call dropping facility is there, network we are not getting. All this is when towers are getting placed, it is very nicely constructed. Over a period of time, O&M is unable to maintain. Why? The reason behind the human being every regularly basis he can't climb up to check whether the line of sight is working fine or not, whether the GPS is properly placed or not, whether the RRH are equally working or not functioning, alpha, beta, gamma are properly oriented or not. That is initial, when Geo launched initially, you all have gotten a very good. I was ex-Geo head for Delhi for network planning, engineering and GI for 4 years. Then after I left Geo and went to other organizations. So I know, I mean, initially you all have enjoyed, the streaming was very fast, in free also doing very good, because initially it was placed, it was well placed. Then after the maintenance, people's going climbing up and seeing actual orientation and sites are not working properly. And either that's moved because either bird made its nest or because of wind shifted. So drone is now coming up and helping us to understand the what is an actual situation is over there, whether the line of sight of the tower to tower to make the triangulation is accurate or not, which is a new or upcoming thing. Many of the companies have started working. TCS is widely working for Nokia and other countries, other companies. Then the third one is we need, because lot of the these towers, in the towers we are having RRH and some of the equipment for which you need a thermal inspection. Manually, when my engineers climb up, they are unable to touch and check it. They can't climb, they can do that can't work. So the drone has helped us. While they're serving through the thermal one, they're able to get, it is overheating of the batteries, overheating of the cable, or if it's on a very cold temperature, because what happens, fiber optics is getting connected. In that case, the risk is fiber is having optics. Optic means glass inside it, and very soon minus temperature comes, the glass breaks down sometimes. Okay, so this thermal infection, when your tower, if ice is accumulated over there and fiber is kept over in a loop, means it's an nest for the accumulating of the snow over there, and that may lead to frost and fracture. So a lot of the things it started helping us when the drone has came up. I talked about the thermal and then civil, then also, so this is what is one of the, that's why the new amendment of, because 6G is going to launch, I mean work is going to start, technical work is going to start from first week of October. In that is specially mentioned to use a drone, all the towers must be every monthly will be getting inspected to the drone, and it is going to be unmanned surveying systems. Okay, we will come to the next topic of the OS. It's called as outside plant. Outside plant means while we are working, we might be seeing there are different manholes are there, isn't it? And different conduits and ducts are there to get connected. I mean, when I learned of telecom, that point of time we were using the remote sensing satellites to get interpret quick birds and others to see where is the road. Beside the road, we have to place all the conduits and fiber. We have to do then planning. So while doing planning, if you have to do my plan, if my paper is accurate and special is accurate means then only I can do it accurately. If my input is not accurate, my resolution of output will also not accurate. So earlier days, I mean 2.5 ticket wave while we were doing, it's of a 1 meter resolution, scatter-sat images we were seeing, or then after quick bird has came 0.5 meter resolution satellite image on which we have to do and planning. Due to which what was happening, while we are doing engineering, it was not appropriately getting as built. But when the drone images now came up, we are able to interpret and precisely able to manage. Earlier, while we are doing an engineering, we are keeping 20% extra. Suppose we plan for 700 kilometers of conduits, and we were keeping buffer of another 20. But when this, and what was happening, that 20% gapla ho jata tha. Whether it's late, someone taking out. But when drone has came up, we are able to measure exactly 650 kilometers, 647 kilometers. Exactly cable counts, what is on length. On ortho image also we are able to calculate. So all those things were happened when drone has came up with a detail. The second thing, what drone has helped us in the, when we are taking on satellite images, there are lot of cloud coverage were there, due to which what was happening, we are unable to see a lot of the area because cloud is coming in between. When the drone is helping us, because it is below, I mean just above the surface, so cloud and other disturbance factors are not there, and no time factor. If you need to do an planning out for OSP rollout, they asked for the videography of it. And in both of the case, in case of this tower I was saying, and in case of OSP, I remembered in 2014, while I was doing AT&T tower inspections, right from here in India, that is also I was doing remotely. I mean, in Gurgaon office we were sitting and we were doing AT&T cell site inspections. That time the person was manually going and doing the videography, manually video with his GPS. Then he was sending, and our engineers here in Gurgaon office in India, they were seeing what equipments are there. They were tagging that one. Then we were converting. When drone has came up now, he is doing all the things whatever. Otherwise, when he was climbing up, what he is saying, we are unable to see properly. The fielder is climbing and he is unable to talk properly. He is noting, but fingers are not clear. But now, recently, when 2 months back, when I observed my same team whom I left in 2014, now they are doing all this. No man is working. His drone is doing, videography is happening, meta tagging is also happening. Because nowadays no one is wish to do pen and paper based as built. Most of you might be knowing. 2 minutes. Thank you. So that is called as, earlier it was pen and paper based as built. I mean, after anything is built, we are converting it into documentation. So when the videography has came up, it is with the same video you will get all the tags is mentioned over there. So you don't have to ask anyone that this construction happened and this is this latitude, longitude and measurement. So apart from OSP, my last one is that's called as ISP. You all are seeing this is called as ISP, inside plant, inside any of the room or any of the MDUs. Planning in telecom was very difficult infrastructure, because you have to climb through, then you have to measure how many fiber will be there, where it will be looped, how it will be going. So manual process and different process of measurement was very difficult. So drone is nowadays helping us for big towers to calculate what is on the floor plans, how the fiber routings will be done, what will be at the height, where it will go up, where will loop, and where will keep our equipment so that the maximum area of the hall can be get covered. So that's what is where most of this telecom in sectors, drone and LiDAR is helping us. Cutting short because I got my time off, I think. And thank you for valuable. You can put on questions to me. I may be a spectator. I will answer. If I will get a chance over here, I will answer from here as well. No problem. Thank you. Shall we go for question and answer? No. Yeah. Okay. Only two persons. Please ask then.
Hello. Thank you for that information, sir. Very interesting to hear about this. One thing I wanted to say was, I think the inside planning still has to improve because the network here is really bad.
Correct. Yeah.
And my question for you is, how often is this O&M inspection happening per tower? Meaning,
And tower
currently,
is every monthly.
every month they have to do
Okay.
this process. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
My question is more around how do you navigate the regulations?
Sorry.
So, my question is more around how do you navigate the drone regulations? I'm assuming majority of your, lot of your operation would also fall under the red and yellow zones.
No, I
So,
mean, for us, we generally do not go for any red zones. For whatever if you could telecom, cell site, all this is called a human. I mean, we don't have any restricted issues kind of thing.
okay,
So, the regulations and all the typical things comes when there is I mean, restricted areas, those kind of things. And I'm not a right person for regulatory. Padi sir is there, uncle is there, he will
No,
going
I
to
just wanted to
answer.
understand, like, if you are still conducting
Oh, you are
operations,
saying about elevation?
yeah.
Yeah, you can fly it into 300 meters, no problem.
Oh, you can in
Yeah,
red zones.
yeah.
Understood. Thank you.
Because see, if I got a permission to place my tower over there,
Huh.
I have a rights to go to inspect over there. Are
Okay.
you able to understand?
Yes.
I placed my tower. It's my authority to every monthly I will go and inspect, or bi-weekly also. It's my keep on fault is coming. I may go every day also. There is no problem. Earlier man was going. Now I am sending my unmanned person.
No, but it doesn't come under the realm of the drone
No,
regulations, is it?
see if a manual person also going, no, he does a manual videography process. I was telling,
Yeah.
2014 we were doing manual videography. Now it's not of manual, it is an automated videography.
Okay.
Okay, done. Thank you. Last
Hello.
question.
Yeah, Maras, just I have a one add to this person's queries because the tower is there. You can have a drone which is very specific zone or anything. You have a free access to the as a asset owner. Obviously, if it is adjacent to the PMO house or in the Samrat Hotel top, there will be some problem. That you have to do the conventional way with a photography and other thing. The second question, my question to you is that telecom is coming very fast, but the BSNL has gone down. Now it is coming with a
Correct.
Starlink program. So how you foresee that the telecom sector, Geo or any other,
Correct.
all the long players are, you have been in the telecom
I
sector.
was part of Geo when it was 5G was for entire India. NLE
Yeah.
planning also, or Delhi state, Delhi was one of the prime.
Yeah.
So both education that time drone was not there.
Yeah.
We used the LiDAR. Genesis, we took help of Genesis and some of the companies for 3D mapping through 360-degree cameras and LiDARs. You might be aware of it.
Yes.
But
Yes.
now the SOP has already came up that the coming 6G process, the data acquisition will be through drone. Two inputs from drone is needed. Whoever does the execution of it, whether HFCL or any of the companies, there are 12 companies got shortlisted. So the process is they need a video meta tagging data first of all, and also they need photographs as well. So
Yeah.
from drone they need both of the things. This
Yeah,
is
that's
mandate
okay,
already
Manas.
came up.
Just my another question is that Geo or a VI or anybody is doing the telecom network, digital twin, the drone. That is the gamut which is there. How you foresee the technological challenges with a Starlink coming up, and
Correct.
it is giving a 1/10 of the present day Geo's rate, which is a 10 rupees is a GB, is a global challenge, and it is coming to 1.5 rupees per GB, which is a foresee for next 2 to 3 years of time, where the Starlink comes into the Elon Musk. So how you foresee that the telecom sector to take that challenge coming from the conventional tower base to the satellite link system?
Yeah, I will answer some of the questions in offline or while the panel discussion will answer. But I noted your question. That was also one of my topic, but I will cover up in while audience questions will go because I do respect where the next subsequent persons going to present. Thank you everyone, and I really appreciate your time.